Thank you very much, Rigiji. Asante sana. Please, let's take our seats. First, on my own behalf and on behalf of the government of Kenya, let me welcome all of you to this very important concert occasion. Let me disclose that I did not come to Mombasa for the festival as I had been invited by Professor Christopher here Odhiambo and his team through the ministry, and it was intentional because I wanted you to come here so that we can set a new standard. And we can raise the bar on matters, arts, and the creative industry in general. As has been said, what has happened today here has never happened in State House. And I wanted us to begin there so that you begin to appreciate that the creatives are serious business and we treat it as such as the government of Kenya. Going forward, this is not going to be the usual. I did promise you 3 years ago that we are going to give new impetus to the space around sports, youth, creatives, and the whole industry around art. And that's why I am really happy today to preside over the state concert for the finalists of the Kenya National Drama and Film Festival. I have had occasion to watch your performances in the past before COVID-19 that I think was in Bungoma. I also did in 2018 and 2019, and I have first-hand experience of the quality of your performances. And I have no doubt in my mind that it is world-class. I have watched with satisfaction the latent talent, and I am convinced that there is a lot to achieve in performing arts. I have enjoyed the performance. We have been educated on a lot of pertinent and contemporary issues that continue to affect our society. Drama operates at the level of aesthetics and morality. Some of the themes presented here touch society to the core, and many of the performances here have spoken to very critical aspects of what we are as a society. I listened to the girls from Matuga in Kwale, and they are speaking to the core of what is hurting our nation, especially our young people. Many young people in Kenya today go through many challenges. Parents, religious leaders, government is seized with the real challenge of millions of our young people who get lured into drugs, and we lose talent, we lose opportunity, and we lose human capital that can drive our country into the future. Continue to demonstrate what is wrong with what happens when our young people get involved in drugs. Continue to expose what's happening in all our spheres of life, whether it's in school, whether it's in places of work, or indeed anywhere else. I was very, very happy to see the girls from Matuka do their thing. That was great. Pongezi. The banditry in the up north, we got to learn that women can actually stop war. And using what looks weak, they have managed to bring to an end situations that would otherwise cost life and destroy property. I think it is important for us to know the strength of what society can be if we marshal all our assets and resources, whether they be men or women. I am very encouraged that through the drama from Santa Maria, was it? Santa Maria, congratulations, you did a wonderful job. Tuwapigie makofi jamani. And I want to promise our children in those areas, in the North Rift, that the government of Kenya will make sure that the challenge that our children go through, many schools have remained closed for many years. I promise them that listening to the girls from Santa Maria, the government of Kenya, as I undertook to the nation, is inspired to make sure that all our children go to school. We have mobilized. I saw the girls here say whether you have informed the police or the army or the Air Force. I want to tell you, we have mobilized the police and the army to go to the North Rift to make sure all our kids go back to school. And they will be there. It doesn't matter for months, even for years, until we sort out the challenge of banditry, until we make sure that we open every school, and until we make sure that every child is in class. I also listened to my good friends from Vihiga, I think, SSA. Was it SSA? I listened to SSA and their performance. And I heard them say something like, hakuna kazi, which is what it is. That's the society we live in. In fact, there are two very important, and I think the most popular, signages. One is umbwa kali, the other one is hakuna kazi. It is time, as a country, as a society, as a people, as a nation, that we begin to think about the investment we are making in our education, in our young people. I was asking the minister here earlier. We spend a third of our budget, 650 billion shillings every year, in educating our children in primary school, in secondary school, in our TVETs, in our universities. Yet, after we have invested 650 billion shillings every year, we have refused to think what will happen to this huge resource when they get out of either school or college or university. That is why we have 5 million young people today who do not have jobs, yet we have spent huge amounts of resources to get them where they have got. And it is the reason why in this year's budget we are asking ourselves, how are we going to create 5 million jobs? How are we going to make meaning of the 650 billion shillings we spend every year to educate our children? How do we allow such huge resource, educated at great expense, to go to waste because we have not organized how they are going to get jobs, how they are going to deploy their knowledge, how they are going to deploy their talent? And that is why we have a plan on the employment of the young people in our budget this year, so that SSA will not have to tell us hakuna kazi. It is the moment that we begin to create those jobs. I also have listened very carefully on the girls who said Sanaa si Mangaa or something like that, you know. Wajia, from Wajia. Tuwapige makofi jameni. You know, that we should be able to appreciate that some of our children have talents in other areas. Some of our children, when they